Good afternoon, everybody. This is Angie Oldenburg. Sorry I don't have my face up to see you. All right, so this is a new setup for me. So I want to get your feedback. This is Angie Oldenburg, if I didn't say that when I was live. There's a little bit of a delay on my view. I think I'm going to be able to see your comments. We'll see how this goes. But please, if you hop on, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the space looks okay or the lighting is okay. Because if you remember last time, if you watched, my camera stand was dying and my camera was, my phone was too heavy for it, so it was sinking. So I've got a webcam now. So that is what I am using today. So let me know if you can hear me. All right. Hi, Vicki. I can see you. So I must be here. And you can hear me okay, Vicki? Give me a thumbs up or a yes, just to make sure. I am working on projects today with the more awesome. Thank you, Maureen. Appreciate it. I am working on a project here with the More Than Autumn stamp set and dies. It is a bundle in the new mini catalog, and I absolutely love it. There's so much variety that can be that this can be used for. And in fact, up until about 20 minutes ago, I was making more samples. So I had to quick get some lunch before I came on live so that my stomach wouldn't be growling. So I have a few different samples to show you. This is one of the cutest embellishments I've ever seen in my life. These little peppermint looking embellishments. So let me grab my mini catalog and we'll kind of look at where these are. And I forgot to mark pages, I apologize. Those are from a separate suite from the autumn one. Give me a second. Apologize. Again, I was crafting too late into my time here. So the little mint embellishments and the twine that I'm going to be using is from the Reindeer Days bundle. And that's on page 27. So you can order those separately, or obviously if you like the whole suite, or you can order the whole thing. The last time I looked, these may be out of stock. I don't know. I didn't look this morning. I apologize. But I have a feeling they're going to come and go throughout because they're going to be really popular because they're so adorable. So nab those when they are available. The More Than Autumn is on page 49. So they have some cute samples here already too to look at. And you saw Leanne demonstrated it as well. So what I'm doing today is making these little hot chocolate packets. So these are, I don't know that I ever knew that you could get peppermint hot cocoa mix. I was at Target, which is one of our big box stores, and they have their own brand that they have. So for those of you in the UK, you may. Hi, Sandra and Rose and Vicky. It's so awesome I can see the comments. Anyway, so I found this peppermint hot cocoa mix, so I thought it was perfect. So these just slip right in here, and you can give them as little gifts. Good for, friends, family, stocking stuffers, co-workers, what have you. Very easy to make, so that's what we're going to go over today. So we are going to start out. This is Real Red that I'm using, and I'm going to show you at the end how I kind of got the measurements. This is the sample that'll be in the flyer that you can receive if you order something. So these are the measurements that will be available, but I'll show you how to tailor it to whatever packet you might be wanting to make a gift packet for. So 4 by 11, and then score at 5.5 and 1 inch for the end, and that's for this little tag here. You certainly could cut that off if you didn't want it, but I think it's kind of cute. So that's what we're using for a base. And then this designer series paper is from an online exclusive pack, and I think a few other people have used it. It's the Iconic Celebration 6x6 designer series paper, and it has fall, and it has candy canes, and it has trees, and it has acorns and pumpkins and all kinds of fun stuff in here. So there's even like champagne glasses and fireworks. Oh, there's even some hearts on the back there. So lots of different holidays and uses for this paper pack. So that's where this little plaid pattern came from. So easy peasy. First step is just going to be to put this on the front for the panel. These flowers on the back here are even really cute. I had a hard time deciding. Oh, and I think my, oh yeah, of course, my Stampin' Seal is running out. That is par for the course when I go on a live, right? Let me grab a replacement. Talk amongst yourselves, ladies. Hope the autumn weather is beautiful for you all, wherever you may be. Apologize for the crinkling. I checked everything else before I came on, including doing a practice run to make sure my camera setup would work in my team page, but I did not check my snail supply, or my Stampin' Seal supply. This is one of those things I can never get it put in the right direction. It's like learning it anew every time. Okay. And then I just taped this down right away because I didn't need it to be flapped up. So that's that. Then we'll get to decorating our little cups of hot cocoa, which is the most fun part of the whole project. I used a lot of different things that I haven't used in a long time, so I had to pull them out of my drawers to make things sticky. I prepped as much as I could because I know doing like Stampin' Cut and Emboss stuff on camera gets a little bit challenging. Oop, this one wants to stick to the inside of my bag here. Guess I peeled that one off already. So I've got all these little pieces that I've already kind of done, so it wouldn't take us all day to make this project. But I will show you how I did this all. Okay, so let's do, so this, first of all, this is just white that I stamped with the little candy cane, and that's what I put this piece on here for a little bit of decoration. And that, those measurements will be in the tutorial or in the flyer. And then this has a die cut, this little candy cane, so I cut that out, and that's what this is. The hot cocoa, there are all of these dies. So there's apple, spice, pumpkin, season, and then the nothing's better than, and then there's the hot cocoa. So this is where I'm going to need your opinions, because I did it in white for this one, and I thought that looked kind of cool. But then I also did it in this designer series paper with the candy canes. So I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to have you guys vote on which one you want me to use. I don't know exactly how much of the candy cane we're going to be able to see. And this is the foam, our adhesive foam. So a few people have used the adhesive sheets, and that's what I would use for if I wanted it flat. But this is adhesive foam, so it gives it a little bit of dimension, just like our dimensionals. But then it has adhesive on it as well. So you just have to be really kind of careful peeling it out of there. Oh, I kind of like the candy canes. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Oops, let's see. My camera focus. There we go. That's so cute. Cutting with those candy canes on it. I might have to use that one. And save the white one for another project. Let me know your thoughts if you have an opinion. So yeah, just have to be gentle peeling these out of here because they can tear pretty easily. And then we need, where's my take your pick tool, was just here. Oh, there it is. That's what I get for trying to clean up. And just poke out the little insides of the circles, the holes, the O's, I guess they are. Sometimes they come out automatically when you pull it out, but other times you need to peel them out of there. Okay, so I'm going to put the dies back on my magnetic sheet here. And we're going to move this out of the way. We'll kind of assemble this as we go. So I'm going to put the candy cane piece down here. If you want to get a set that you can use for all of the events of the summer and winter, I think this is probably the best one. Then we're going to do, let me put this on next. So I did pop this up already. I might have to, let's see if nope, that should be good. I'm going to put that, well, maybe I'll wait on that one actually until I get the hot cocoa down. Sometimes laying things out is the biggest challenge because you don't know exactly where things are going to be until you place them there. Okay, there, now I can put my little candy cane. And then usually when you peel off the backing, this one comes off pretty easily, the foam one. The adhesive sheets sometimes are a little challenging to get off. Gosh. Trying to get the O cleared out here. And then it is very sticky, as you can see. So getting it to lay down neatly so that your letters aren't all wonky. That's a good term, isn't it? Oh, goodness. That's the biggest challenge. Alright. If you put it down kind of gently, you can kind of replace it. You kind of move it around if it looks like something's stretched out or not the way it should be. Excuse my throat clearing. It is also allergy season. Bad enough this year that our dog has horrible allergies, and he didn't have them last year. This is only our second summer having him, but he is just miserable. Poor guy. And I talked to the vet for another unrelated reason, but they're saying that there are so many dogs that are having allergy issues this year that normally do not. So I don't know what's flying around in the environment this year that's normally not an issue. There. So that's pretty cute. I'm going to put it up here so you guys can see the little candy canes on that paper. It's so cute. Oh yeah, tweezers are good. And then, but sometimes I get like fumble fingers and I still drop stuff, and yeah, it's just a chaotic mess. Okay, so next thing, let's do, I'm going to do a little stamping. The only things I need to stamp are the greeting here. Let me get my red ink pad out. Just going to move this up. So I'm using the "This Calls For" saying, and I'm just doing it on a piece of scrap white. And I'm going to cut around it because it's tiny and I wanted to have it just a little itty bitty piece with a border around it. So here's how I usually do that. I'm not a very fussy person when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I kind of just look at what's the most straight edge there and do a snip. It's nice if you obviously have a nice sharp scissors that will go almost the whole way of whatever the words are. Then you don't have to do multiple cut motions, and it gets a little straighter. So I kind of just do that right above and below. You can make it a little more random if you want. Angle the edges or what have you. And then I do the same thing with the red so that it's freehand kind of border. Kind of look and see how much of a border you want, and then just cut. And it usually turns out pretty good if you have small little sections of words. Let's see, adhesive sheet. Maureen, I need to get your idea of alcohol wipes. I need to get a supply because my glass mat here is getting really sticky from using snail. Why am I all of a sudden returning to the old name? Seal. And then I get it on my board and then it gets all sticky. So I have to go find some. Not that I work at a healthcare organization or anything, that I couldn't just like borrow some or accidentally bring some home in my pocket someday, but you never know. Okay, so done with that one. The other thing I'm going to stamp is on one of the two, this is the whipped cream that goes on top. I'm just going to put some little confettis or little sprinkles with the red on top of there. So that was my only other stamping that I hadn't already done ahead of time, so I would save time. The other cutting I need to do here is this little piece. So I'm guessing that you all have done something like this. So if you want to paper piece, you stamp on a piece of Designer Series paper, and then you just trim it out and you can put it over the top of your image. So basically you want to cut pretty darn close to the stamped image so there's no white or other whatever color around it. But this works really well for, and this is a fairly simple shape to freehand cut, so. And I already have one cup together again because I thought if I would color and cut out all these, both of these, it would take way too long. You guys have other things that you want to be doing today too, I'm sure. And I probably should have colored before I did that. Yeah, let me pull that back off. Nice thing about adhesive. See, I get jabbering and then I forget what I'm doing. Okay, so just to color the cup, I used Crumb Cake blends, light and dark. Everybody's got their kind of way they use these. Just have a little piece of scrap paper to go over the top. And I just kind of do dark along the edges. Maybe a little bit like under the cup, the grip thingamajiggy, whatever those things are called. I'm sure there's a name for them. blend it in a little bit. Alright, so that was quick, and now I can put my cup holder or my gripper. Okay, ladies, what's the name of that thing? Do you know what the name is? Sleeves. There you go. Thank you. I would never make a good barista, apparently. Okay, so then I'm just gonna kind of lay it on here. I want to kind of eyeball where I want everything to be. Then I need to put some dimensionals on the backs of these two. These, again, you're not going to be putting these in an envelope, so you can put as much dimension on these as you want. Although this size actually does fit, I did try it, it does fit in our standard envelopes. Not that it would go through the mail very well, but if you wanted to hand it to someone. I was just going to show you the back of this one. I use every little bit of my dimensionals. You guys probably do that already also, but these are just like extra pieces of one of my, when I'm cutting out words like this, there's extra around the edges. So you can absolutely use all of that behind things that you want to pop up. So don't throw that stuff away, or the edges of the dimensional sheets. Alright, so kind of just angling these a bit. They have marshmallows in this set too that you can stamp and cut out that you could put in your hot chocolate if you'd like. So dang cute. Alright, so that. And then I'm going to get these little guys. There are 3 different sizes on this sheet, which I don't know that I noticed that initially. So there's itty bitty ones, middle sized ones, and big ones. So I think I did one of each size. And they're kind of soft and squishy. You would think that there'd be like a hard thing. They have they're a little, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe the texture. It's kind of like a rubber band eraser almost, but it's a little bit firmer than that, but it's not like they're a glossy, hard embellishment. So I'm thinking that they'd go through the mail okay, because they're a little bit softer. They're not going to poke through paper. Okay, so since this package is a little bit bigger, what I did do is kind of fold over the extra, so you can kind of shake it so that it's not as thick on the bottom. And then for some of them, I even like took a little tape and just tuck that down so that when you if the person that you're gifting it to wants to put it back in there, they don't have to fuss with trying to get it back in there. So, and then what I did was to close it, I just used glue dots. You could use Terran tape as well. That would be probably more sturdy. But I figure with these kinds of things, I don't know that people would necessarily keep them. They might just kind of tear it open and not worry about it going back together. I don't know. So then I just kind of tuck down the may have to make sure that the packaging is out of the way. Which I didn't do on this one. Anyway, you guys get the idea. So tuck in all the packaging. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap some of this twine around. No rhyme or reason. I think I went around like 3 times or something. Just to give it a little bit of bulk because it's a thin one. And since I don't do well at bows, I just tied a knot. Snipped off ends. And that helps hold your packet together also. So that is that one. Super cute, super easy. The funnest part was trying to figure out which embellishments I wanted to use on the cups, what colors I wanted. It was a blast to make these up. So this is the one that you'll get all the details in the PDF if you place an order with your demonstrator. So I want to show you a few other samples. This is the one I was working on right before I came on this morning. Wanted to do a fall version one. In the US we have these apple cider packets that are available. I think they're available most of the year now. They used to just be available in the fall that you can mix with hot water and make apple cider. So I thought that would be perfect for this little cup or this little container. And then this one is, I had to use the donuts because who doesn't like donuts? Man, these are so cute. This is actually just a packet, so like a single pot of coffee packet. So it's a little bit thick and bulky. And if anybody's has been to Wisconsin, Door County Coffee, thumbs up. We have it, luckily, even though we're across the state, we have it in our grocery stores, and I drink it every morning. So this is a little bit challenging to get that back in there because of the bulk. And then the other thing I did for this one, if you have something thicker that you want to make this for. So let me show you what I did for measuring. I have extras. Here's my little Ghirardelli chocolates. These are my favorite things I give out to people for little gifts. What I did, and I think, let me move this up so that you can, I don't know if you can see the measurements on the bottom here. So on the side here, you can see the number measurements. You can certainly use a ruler. Whatever you're going to put in this packet, measure how wide it is and how tall it is. And then I added about a ½ inch at least, 3/4 of an inch even, to either side when I decided on how big I was going to cut my little covering. So here's my Ghirardelli chocolate covering, and it's just tucked in here. And so all I did, this is actually 3 inches wide, so it would work out perfectly if you were using 6x6 paper. I did a 3x6 strip, and then you've got plenty of room on the side to put a glue dot to hold it and make it into a little pouch. And then these are also from this stamp set. And what I did on the so the UR the is 1 stamp, and then is the best is another stamp. So all I did was, when I went to ink up my stamp, I just didn't ink up the is, and so I turned it into you are the best. And then just use the little die cut to cut out some hearts and add those to the front. I thought that turned out super cute too. Easy. My office mate and I routinely do gifts for our clinic staff, and this would be super simple for just a thank you, or a hey, hope you're having a good day, or something like that, or for teachers or what have you. So back to how I was measuring. Sorry, got distracted. So measure whatever you want to put in the packet, and then add an extra half an inch for 3/4 of an inch. And then as far as the height, you want to add, I added 2 inches beyond the height of whatever the excuse me, packet was, because I wanted to have this extra banner up here and I wanted to be able to fold this back. So that's how I did my measurements, and these are all different. Just kind of used whatever packaging you want to cover up and make into a little gift to guide your measurements of your either cardstock or DSP. And then this one on the bottom, the coffee, I did have to score. So I used the same measurements, but I just scored like a 1/4 of an inch on either side of the middle scoring, just to give it a little bit more of a pouch. And so it folded a little easier. And the other thing I did is I used the foam. You could use dimensionals, but I just used strips of the foam to do the adhesion together, because it was a little tight. I didn't make it quite wide enough because I wanted to get it out of one piece of cardstock. So those are my little tips on doing those kinds of things. If you make any of these, I'd love to see your samples, because they're really super fun. And now I get to eat my dessert because I had my lunch right before I hopped on. Oh, Bunko group ideas. Yes, great idea. You know, that's a game I would love to play again. We started playing it in our neighborhood to get to know everybody right before the pandemic came on. And then the shutdown happened and it never got restarted afterwards. So it was kind of fun the couple times I did get to play. So, okay, that's all I have for you ladies today. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you've been enjoying all of the presentations so far. There are more on the way. Let's see, tomorrow it will be Ginny, and so she'll be posting at some point to say what time she's popping on for her live. And you have a few more days. Hope you're enjoying this, and we'll see you next time.